Sky News has spoken to a spokesperson who has confirmed that they believe there are at least several lifeless bodies in the water. So they have confirmed to us that, in their opinion, there are fatalities today off the coast of Wimereux, linked to an attempted migrant crossing. And this, of course, hugely resonant, happening on the day when the Rwanda bill will go into legislation. I'm sure those who endorse that bill will say that this is exactly the sort of deterrent that is needed to stop these perilous crossings organised by people smugglers as they try to get from here in the coast of northern France over to the UK. Of course, right now we will be chasing more and more details about that. We'll bring it to you as soon as we get them.
Just before I let you go, Adam, let's just take a moment. So, you have seen at least one boat this morning where you are, on the coast of France, near to Dunkirk. A little bit further up the coast, there had been reports of another boat, an inflatable, that had been trying to leave the coast of France, making its perilous journey across to the United Kingdom. The weather conditions are good today, but nevertheless incredibly challenging for that sort of vessel. What's happened?
Yeah, so just to reiterate, we'll talk about two locations. Where we are is just near Dunkirk, and what we have seen are a number of vessels that have left here, and there's one, just a dot to me, but actually it's sort of thin black line. That is a migrant boat over there, an inflatable dinghy. It's probably got 40, 50 people on it. We've previously seen two others that have come out, got into the water, and then turned back again because of fault. And Kay, that is something that you see here. These small boats coming out from this northern French coast, it's particularly on days like this, blue skies. When we arrived here in the night, the moon was shining down, lighting up the area. The wind is low, the sea conditions are calm. And we knew this in advance because you can get these apps. We know which ones they are. The people smugglers use the same apps which show them. You can predict the nights when there are low winds. So what we've seen is activity here. Also seen a lot of police around. They know, they use the same apps. They know when it's going to be a calm day. They reinforce the police activity. But this is a long coast and it undulates in and out. It's very, very hard to stop everyone who's carrying a boat getting down onto these beaches. The smugglers know what they're doing. They hide in the dunes. Now, Wimereux, which is round the coast, is a different thing. There aren't dunes there. It's almost like a town which has almost like a promenade, and you can very quickly get a boat from a vehicle with people and get it into the water. It's a popular location for people smugglers, for launches. Our understanding, now confirmed by a spokesperson, is that there has been a tragic accident there involving a migrant boat, that there are several, at least several lifeless bodies, people who've died in the water. We understand there are at least 4 vessels off the coast of Wimereux, that there is a 5th naval cutter. We are told there are helicopters up in the air. This is a major operation. Reports of survivors, people being taken to hospital, some of them in a very, very serious condition. And Wimereux is a town that already earlier this year witnessed the deaths of several migrants in a boat there, which got into trouble really not far from the coast. I was there the following day. It was a freezing day. There were people who had fallen into the water and had died of a combination of hypothermia and leading to drowning. So that town is wearily accustomed to the spectre of death because of these migrant boats trying to get from France over to the UK. The reports, the initial reports, suggest that this would be at least 5 dead. Now, that would take us to, I believe, there were 9 people who'd already died this year trying to get from France to the United Kingdom. If this report is confirmed, that would take us to 14, which I believe eclipses the number who died throughout the entirety of 2023 making these crossings. And I think one thing we should really take from today is these are perfect conditions. If you were daft enough to try to cross the channel in a completely unsuitable rubber dinghy overloaded with people, this is the day you would choose to do it. The light is good, the wind is low, the sea is calm. If a tragedy like this has happened on a day like this, off this coast, then to be blunt, it can happen at any point. And I think we do have to emphasise, for those who have not followed this, these boats are simply not designed for these crossings. They are often imported from Turkey, from China, rubber boats. It might be okay with a dozen people in them, but they normally have 45, 50 people. The numbers are growing. People smugglers are putting more and more people in these boats. The boats are getting bigger. And what would appear to have happened today on the face of it is that one of these crossings has gone terribly wrong. They often fail, but this one seems to have gone terribly wrong and resulted in a horrendous loss of life.